Often people say to me, Cliff, it is impossible that your God exists. And I ask why? And they respond, because you believe your God is all-powerful. You also believe He's all-loving, He's good. But suffering exists. Innocent children die. Innocent people get ripped off. Therefore, your all-powerful, all-good God cannot exist. Really, you have forgot another option. The option you have forgotten is the all-powerful God can choose to partially limit His power by creating us with a free will. If God creates us with a free will, it means He's limiting Himself. He is not controlling everything that happens. Instead, He has given us the ability to create, and we can create that which is good, or we can create that which is evil, that leads to suffering. When you read the Bible, you'll notice that indeed God has partially limited His power by giving us a free will. In Genesis, we read that God created Adam and Eve, but in Genesis chapter 3, we read how Adam and Eve rebelled against God. And God comes walking through the Garden of Eden saying, Adam, where are you? What a penetrating question. Adam, where are you? And Adam was running away from God. He was hiding because of his guilt and shame, because he knew he had done wrong. He had rebelled against God. Joshua says to the Jewish people in Joshua chapter 24, verse 15, if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Obviously, God has limited His power by giving us the ability to choose freely. Why will there be a hell? For only one reason. Because God respects your free will. And if you and I choose to live our lives separate from Him, He will not force us into heaven, dragging us by the scruff of the neck. Instead, heaven is eternity living with God. And if we choose to live our lives separate from God, He's not going to drag us into heaven against our will. Yes, indeed, God has chosen to partially limit His power by creating us with a free will. That is why there is evil, suffering, and death. When we choose to rebel against God, that is an horrendous decision, a tragic decision. For when we rebel against God, that opens the floodgates to suffering, disaster, destruction, and death.